Hello, and welcome to another video from Evergreen Technology where we are introducing our new system for the A+ flooring estimating system. This is a PlanSwift plugin, which basically means that PlanSwift is the hub for the system that is used to capture the information, and then it exports into an Excel spreadsheet where it has a lot of power, which this video will show. Now, with all videos, it's really nice because we only have so much time. We're going to move through this fairly quickly. If you would like to stop at any time and look at a screen, we recommend just go ahead and hit your pause button, and that will allow you to study the screen for as long as possible. And then just hit resume, and you'll be able to pick up. So let's go ahead and get started. As we mentioned, this is a plugin for PlanSwift. PlanSwift is a digital plan takeoff software system where we have taken it to the next level. Basically, this plugin, after you purchase PlanSwift, then can be purchased in addition to that, and it will add to your PlanSwift what's called a template up here in the upper right-hand corner. The template is called flooring, and in this flooring template, we have a whole bunch of different categories. The first category up in this upper section is called the actual flooring material itself. We also have the base for the flooring material here, where when you hit this little plus button, that'll pop open, where you can now pick up the base for the walls that go around that floor. And also we have transitions, where you can actually count the transitions between different floor types. So all these will be usable that way. Let's show you a real quick example on the flooring. Let's say that this particular scope has tile flooring in here in the lobby, and it's a ceramic tile. We would come down here and we would find tile ceramic and hit just the green button here. When we do, it will pop up with the default that comes with the plugin. You don't have to set this up. The only thing you have to do is edit it to match what you would typically pay for most of the time. But don't worry about that. The exact material expense, cost, spread rates, coverage, the whole thing is going to be edited in the Excel spreadsheet on the back end. For now, just for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and select this. Let's pick a lighter color. It's a little bit easier to see. I've already got green on there. Let's make this a light blue. Once you select the colors, and you can edit how much you charge for labor per foot, per square foot, what the cost is, the material per unit, that means per yard, how many square feet you get of coverage per yard, any cost for sundries. This would be for like padding. If it's a carpet, for tile, it might be an adhesive. Down here is labor rate, but again, these will all default. You can ignore these for now. Just go ahead and get the takeoff done, and then it can be edited in the back end. So we hit OK, and then as with all PlanSwift features, all I'm doing is just highlighting the area here that's going to be covered with that tile. Come down here and pick up this area here. Okay. And all the way down here to the bottom. So when you have that done in PlanSwift, then you can see that I stop the digitizer until I'm done measuring, and then I can click on that area and it tell you have exactly 2,506 square feet of surface in that highlighted area. Now, this is just the front end. Let's assume that I go ahead and do the whole project here based on the specifications, pick up hardwood flooring, anything that applies with the relationship to the flooring industry. And again, you can pause your screen and take a look at the things we have defaulted in here. If you don't see something, it is so easily for the user to just copy one and paste it, rename it, reset up the parameters, the instructions, the specifications for it, and have that included in your database. So yes, anything you can imagine for the flooring industry can be put into this system, including epoxy floor systems if you want to take it to that level. Now, once we're done in PlanSwift, PlanSwift will export that into an Excel spreadsheet that looks like this. This is the dump that PlanSwift gives us, as in here in this area. So once we have that dumped into the Excel spreadsheet, then on the right-hand side is where the power comes in. Let's take a look at the first option here. This is the project information. It's kind of a summary. Anything in gray is programmed so that you're not supposed to change it. You only change the things that are in a light yellow. So you'd have to put in your customer information up here at the top once and only one time. And then if anything is an alternate, you want to separate out that line item, you can just put an X in the alternate column over here, and that will tell the computer I want everything in the base bid, but if it's clicked as an alternate, then make that a separate price that will send to my customer that way. The next thing we want to take a look at up here is the edit materials. On the edit material button here, you can see this is now where I can edit the specifics on the material. Let's take a look at the quick breakdown. The first column up here says with my carpet with padding, I have 1,699 measured square feet. The yellow box means I can change that, bump it up to 1,700 if I want to, change it to whatever I want to kind of make it a round number. Now the PlanSwift picked up 9 square feet per unit, or basically 9 square feet per yard. If it's 12 or 13 or whatever, you can edit that here in the yellow box to change it to whatever it is. My default says I need 189 yards of materials. However, up here there's probably going to be a waste factor. This is exact. You all know you're going to throw out something. So if you want to change the waste factor to 10% or something else, you can change your waste factor for all your materials up here, and it will recalculate to say, even though you calculate 189, order 208 yards is what you would need to order to allow for the waste factor. The cost per yard defaulted at $9 a yard. Here's where you tell it, I want to mark it up. I want to mark up my materials and make a little profit on the material side as well. So you can change that to whatever you want, and you can see that $9 marked up 10% comes in at $9.90 that you're going to charge the customer. Once this is done, then it can calculate your flooring cost, and then for the sundries, this is the padding. It calculates the $1,104 for the padding underneath it for the carpet. And then again, it marked it up 10% to show that we're going to charge the customer $1,214 for that. Add the total materials together and it'll come up with the price per square foot just for the materials. So this is a good way that you can just kind of edit on the fly anything you need. If it's set up in PlanSwift correctly and you do it on the PlanSwift side while you're doing it there, then this will automatically be done dead on accurate and perfect for you. This other side of the material is the labor side. And here's where we have an interesting concept here. It says based on 1,699 square feet. Now, if you've changed that to 1,700 or whatever, they'll automatically populate correctly. And again, we can change that quantity here if we want. Now, we've got our estimated labor of $295 per square foot for labor at a rate of $52. The $52 an hour labor rate is basically what you charge your customer per hour to cover your labor, your burden, your overhead, and your profit for the company. Now, we actually have a little section in the instruction part that tells you how to calculate that and how to be accurate with that, so that you know that you're at least estimating based on a profit structure. Now, the hours is calculated for you. If you have so much money for labor, $5,012, and you're charging $52 an hour, then it will then calculate for you how many hours that you need. If you change the hours here, it will change the labor dollar amount and again show you the reflected cost for your labor cost per hour for installation. So this again, tons of stuff automatically calculated. Remember, the only thing you did is measure it in PlanSwift. Select it, measure it, and then it automatically generates all this information instantly and automatically. The next thing we have over here is our final bid page. This is where we can add anything to it that we want to. If we want to add time for travel, we put an X here and that will add travel time to it. Here we've got an X place here to add for per diem. This job may be miles away, over 100 miles away. We want to put our guys up in a hotel. In which case, if you click that, then it will automatically put that per diem cost in your bid based on what you tell it to over in this area over here. And it gives a kind of a summary. Here's the breakdown for material, how much your cost is for the materials, what percent that comes up to, and it shows you down here at the bottom that you're estimating this for a 10% net profit after all your overhead money is already taken care of. Again, more instructions on this with the program. The next thing on my list over here is the proposal. This is really slick. This is something where it will automatically generate for you a proposal sheet that shows your customer. Here's exactly what's included. It has a description of exactly what's going to be done and the line-by-line item price. If you want to show that, you can. If you want, you can just highlight this column, hit delete, and then have it do a sum up here at the total and give them grand total price for everything. Now remember back on the previous page where we had designated some items for alternates? They show up down here at the bottom, so it will separate those prices out and show them, here's the total amount for everything including the alternates. And then that will have clarifications which you can edit and change this to whatever you want. You can ask for a 35% deposit or whatever you want to change that to, and it'll automatically calculate that. The cool thing there is it is automatic, no time, a little bit of editing if needed, and then up here we have the automatic features where it will automatically save this project so you don't forget to save it. It will delete the blank lines. There will maybe a whole bunch of blank lines in between here. When you hit that, it'll delete those lines automatically. You can print the hard copy, and if you hit this button, it will automatically make a PDF file ready to shoot to your customer. This way you're not sending your customer the Excel sheet, you're only sending them the Excel proposal sheet here that you can see on screen. The next button over here is for accounting. If you sell the job, this is all ready to go to your accounting department to show them the breakdown. It will show the 4 alternates in here, and you can check which one have been approved by the customer so that it will revise the total contract amount, including the approved alternates over here. Same automatic features for delete the blank lines on this report, because when it first shows up, there's going to be a whole bunch of blank lines, and then you just hit that and it'll make it look nice and pretty. You can print the hard copy. You can also make this PDF and send that to your office people, however you want to do that. Next thing over here, we have the field materials. This is your ordering sheet. The only thing you have to do is type in your specifications for each one of these products. What's the product name? There's part number, whatever that the manufacturer needs. You can put down here the order quantity. How many quantity did you order? And it'll automatically calculate your actual material dollars compared to the order date. And again, you can here adjust the price. If you get a better deal from your supplier, you can put the price in here and actually have that go back to your accounting department as well. So instant automatic ordering. There's the approved alternate items here. Next, we have our field labor button here. This can be automatically generated for your field applicators, installers, and it will give them the breakdown, how many hours you've estimated. Now we want you to beat it by a goal of 10% shown up here. When you edit that into whatever you want, it will give them goal hours to hit. At the end of the job, you can track how many actual hours. This is for them when it prints the hard copy up here in the upper right. They'll get this on a piece of paper, and every day they simply write down how many hours they spent on what item. 4 hours today on this, 3 hours on this, and 1 hour on this. That's my 8-hour day, that kind of thing. And when they do, then at the end of the job, you'll be able to calculate the total reported hours to see how you're doing compared to your estimate. See if you're estimating enough hours for it. That will help you adjust your prices if needed. The last button down here at the bottom is just to set up instructions that when you first purchase this thing, it tells you exactly what you have to do step by step. You can see it's not that big a deal. Put in your estimators, edit your descriptions on your scope of work, that kind of stuff. Very simple and easy to use. So that's the power of the entire system here with the project information as a summary, the whole thing. And remember, you can always go back, watch the video again, pause the screen on anything you would like to study. Again, project is called the A+ flooring system is what we call it. It's a PlanSwift plugin. And to be clear, PlanSwift is sold separately. If you do not have PlanSwift, please give us a call. We will tell you how to go about getting that. It will cost you about $995, call it $1,000 for that software package. One-time purchase. It's not an annual renewable thing. You only have to purchase it once. You own it, which is one particular thing that I like. And it also allows you to program that thing to work however you want. I can edit it to work however you want. If there's some features missing that you would like to have, just give me a call. We include a couple hours of customizing to fit your needs to make sure that you're a happy customer. If you have any questions, go ahead and call that number at the bottom of the screen, 817-223-3520, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions you have. Thank you for watching the video. Have yourself a great day.